Hello, everybody, and welcome to Poodle Pause. That's Pause, a recap show dedicated to everything Sigma Gamma Rho. I am your host, Catina Batts, joined along with my co-host, Caleb Logan. How are y'all doing tonight, Sorors?
Great.
I'm doing good.
The sun is the heat's hot, but what?
Yes, indeed. For it's very special tonight because it's our very first episode, and so we wanted to get in touch with Sorors that had the privilege to have that once in a lifetime experience to attend Centennial Boule in Indianapolis, Indiana. I didn't go, and so like I'm sad in my heart, but y'all made me so proud to be a Sigma woman.
Hey.
And so just a little recap, since 1922, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated was founded by 7 teachers at Butler University, and they had a goal of promoting greater service, greater progress. 100 years later, the Sorors have come back home to Butler and expanding the founder's goal with the focus of the week's theme, Greater Women, Greater World. So before we get started, let's take a moment to introduce our guests. You briefly introduce yourselves. So whoever want to go first, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, everybody. I am the one and only Alnetta Morris. Sorry, Alnetta Morris. And I'll pass it to Caleb.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Caleb Logan. I am a member of Alpha Xi Sigma chapter in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I am the second anti-bacillus of this great organization. I am so happy to be here during this centennial year.
All right. Come on, introduction.
I'm going to pass the baton to Dr. Suzanne Thompson.
Oh, okay. I'm Sora Thompson, and it's so nice to see all of you Sorors, and it's great to be able to share the experience that we had at Centennial, and hope, because I don't think I'll be able to see another Centennial. So I look forward to this first episode. I think this is a great thing you guys are doing. It's wonderful because it's not all events everyone can attend, but to be able to share is going to be one of the greatest things.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Who wants to take next?
I think we should pass it to Cassandra.
All right, Cassandra.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Soror Cassandra Kemp. I am parliamentarian this term, so I have a position. I'm excited to be here and to see all of my sisters today.
Move, son. That's my son. Go on. Go. Hey, son.
All right, Cornelia.
Sorry, he's single. That's why he's looking.
Okay.
Okay. No.
I guess lastly, introduce myself. I am Sarah Catina Batts. I was made at Atlanta Theta spring 2008 at Northwestern State University of Louisiana, and now my current home chapter is Alpha Psi Sigma of Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's such a wonderful place to be. So again, thank you so much, Sorors, for taking your time to meet with us today. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the first question. How did it feel to be present at Centennial Boule? And I'm gonna make this a 2-part question. For Sorors, who this is your first time going to any boule, I want to know your experience, as well as for Sorors that this is not your first go round. What makes Centennial Boule special? So I guess we're going to start off with Sorors that this was your first time. I want to hear how was your overall experience?
I guess that would be me. So, the experience was, I don't know, it was exciting. I had not been on a plane in many years, so that part was a little scary. But being there, um, people being welcoming, seeing all of these women in their blue and gold. I mean, it was just an experience I don't know that I could possibly describe. It was a feeling, I don't know, of sisterhood, even though we were interacting with people from all over the country. I mean, literally, even all over the world. It was just a wonderful, warm feeling of just sisterhood and being able to, it was almost like you knew these people, but you had never met them before. So it's kind of hard to describe. It was a lot to take in, but it was a really good feeling, a good experience for me.
Oh, that's awesome sauce. And so now I will let
I'll jump in.
Dr. Thompson go take it.
Yeah.
So for me,
oh.
it was an exciting just to see all the sisters touch bases on what Cassandra said from all over the world. It wasn't just the United States. It was all over the world. And you could just be walking down, somebody from Pennsylvania, somebody from California, somebody, from Arkansas. It's just to see everyone come together as one, as a sisterhood, it was just awesome. It's hard, like Cassandra said, it's so hard to explain because we was all as one. Everyone was just welcoming. It's something that everyone should be able to experience. And this year, what made a difference is because it was more. It's like that all the time. It's like that all the time in all the regionals, the area, the regional, and the boule. No matter which one you go to, you're always going to have that love. But this love was a multitude. It was just, and it didn't matter if you seen international officers, they was right in the mix with everybody else having a good time. So definitely had an awesome experience.
Wonderful. Dr. Thompson.
Okay, well, having been to other boules, this was different from the other boules because you had 7,000 plus women at this one. And what was so exciting about this was for the first time, the whole Indiana knew what blue and gold meant.
Okay.
I tell you, from the housekeepers to the cab driver to the, I tell you, the police officers.
Oh, wow.
So whatever Sigma did, they really made our 7 founders come alive because people on the street, everybody remember Hattie Mae and, the 2 names. And they would say to me, you women are here in town to celebrate 100 years. And wherever you go, guess what they said? Happy 100 years.
They did.
So I think whatever Sigma did, we have created an awareness, not only in Indiana, because like Sorors said, there's people from all over, but everybody now knows about Sigma. What was so exciting? I've never gone to an airport where when I get off the plane, all I see is blue and gold. I see the walls, the pillars with blue and gold, with Sigma women, Black women on the wall. Then you go down and here Sigma had buttons there for you. And then I tell you what's so exciting. There was Kappa men waiting at the airport. Just so it's the Divine Nine. Everybody played a part. I met, this guy who was a Kappa, and he comes up and he goes, I can't wait. I'm coming all the way now back from Texas because I'm going to be there tonight at the public meeting. Everybody was excited. They kind of came together as one. Didn't matter if you were Alpha, Kappa, whatever, Delta, everybody wanted a part of this. And it made it exciting. Now, it was wonderful because the whole town embraced us. I just didn't feel fair walking because everybody knew. And it's like they made way for the women in blue and gold.
Okay. Because we're royalty, of course.
Okay.
Of course,
Absolutely.
make way for royalty.
And they gave it to us, girl. And it's like when you're walking, they go, I love your blue and gold. It's the compliments everywhere. So whoever did the planning there, really had Indiana on their toes.
Yes,
Indianapolis.
indeed.
Yeah.
Shout
You'd be
out to
proud.
all the planning committee that just made this whole event spectacular. Caleb, what you got for us?
So, going on to our next question for you ladies. First of all, let me just say I am so happy that you all were able to attend and you were able to not only represent Sigma Gamma Rho, but to represent Alpha Xi Sigma from Tulsa for those of us who didn't get to attend this glorious occasion because hey, this is something that we've been waiting to celebrate forever. And I'm just so pleased that you all were there and we felt like we were there with you, you know, with you sharing and all that kind of stuff. So again, Sorors, we are so appreciative of you all. And thank you for giving us memories that even though we weren't there, feel like, you know, we were there. So with all that, my question to you all is, lots of events was happening and all the studied events and everything. So what were some of your favorite, if you were able to experience any of the events, what were some of the events that stood out to you? And I'm going to, okay, yeah, I'm going to start with Dr. Thompson this time.
Now, there were several events, but the one that stood out to me was the gala, because the gala, you know, everybody was dressed in their best gown, whether it's gold or blue, and everyone seemed to be having a fun time. And during the gala, what they did, they presented the 7 founders with ice sculpture. So when you walk through, you're never going to forget who those 7 founders are. And then they had models that were dressed to show off the Sigma outfits. So, and then they had photos of the founders. And I noticed at like most of the big events, there were 7 empty seats for the 7 women that was at the front. So, you know, it was, but the gala, and because with the gala, there was music, we had entertainment all the way through, right? Now, I want to say what else stood out was Uncle Charlie. Because I tell you something, you know, they made, even though it was business, they made there was a lot of entertainment. And someone, you would think Uncle Charlie was inducted into Sigma because all he spoke about was the blue and gold and the Sigma women and how much he loved the Sigma women. And he went through the founders, some of the names. So it was all good. So those things stood out, that whomever they had, even Ambrosa, they kind of, I guess, educated them a little bit about Sigma Gamma Rho.
And now she's a soror, Marsha.
Yeah, Marsha Ambrosia.
Yes.
Yeah, part of Poetry. So yes.
Yes. So they educated her because they all spoke highly while they're up there entertaining. Yeah.
Okay. And then for those of you all watching, if you don't know, Uncle Charlie is Tulsa's own Charlie Wilson of the Gap Band. So that's you know, he's here with us. He's wherever he's living at, but he's from T-Town, Tulsa's own Charlie Wilson.
Tell them what Gap meant. Greenwood, Archer, Pine.
Greenwood,
that's what it
Archer,
means, guys.
And Pine. So, yes, ma'am. All right. So, Soror Kim, what stood out to you at this glorious occasion this past weekend?
The block party, Dougie Fresh. That was fun. It was exciting. We interacted with some sorors from Texas, and it was like we knew them. So keeping it hype, they were super excited, making sure everybody was up off their feet. I mean, just everybody being together. It was just like one big party, like one big happy family. Like we just, you know, like I said before, like we all knew each other in some kind of way. So I guess it's like a kindred spirit. So the energy was fun.
Awesome. Okay. All right. And last but not least, Soror Morris, what stood out to you over the weekend?
Well, I was only able to attend one event, but I would have loved to go to the Southwestern region we hosted a homecoming. And so, but of course, our plane didn't arrive until later on. So we missed that. So the other thing that I was able to go to was the block party. The block party, it was fun. We had Dougie Fresh there, and everybody, we filled up. In Tulsa here, we have the One Oak Field, baseball field. And so it's similar to that, what they have there in Indianapolis. And so just to see all blue and gold, just fill those seats. And there's even a video going out that shows everyone shaking their monkey when that song comes out. So it didn't matter if you was how young you were to how old you were, or even if you had a disability, everybody was standing up doing that song. It was a lady across from us. She had her walker, but when the song started feeling good to her, she'll get on up and start dancing, and then she'll sit back on down. But it was just, again, everyone just loving each other. At one point, Cassandra was sitting down. So we asked for Sorors, no, ma'am, you need to get up and celebrate. So of course, what did Cassandra do? She got up and she celebrated. Because they told her, this is our 100th year. And so we all will be celebrating. Nobody will be sitting down. So, and then we ended with a fireworks show, which was very, very awesome. And the last thing with the fireworks show, they had our Greek letters, Sigma Gamma Rho, for that, and then our shield, which was really cool.
Okay, neat.
But one thing, if I was there, I wish I could have been a part of when everyone was walking in from different countries.
Yeah.
From where they was from, and then also for those who have served, I thought that was very touching just to see everybody in their clothes, to see, representing. So it just let me know that no matter how far you are, we are still united by greater service because we're making progress.
And Sora, just one more thing. The Life Member Luncheon, it was just to die for. It was beautiful because I've never seen so many Life members together, close to 2,000. And what we did, which kind of made us proud, because I was on the Southwest team and I'm an Alpha Psi. We had a circle of women, of which I was one. We all gave $500. And so the circle of us provided a special scholarship and was able to donate 10,000 towards the scholarship.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
From
amazing.
that group of Southwest Life members.
That's
And
awesome.
I need to, if I could back up, going to Butler University and seeing the, I'm gonna call it a monument that they unveiled the day. That's what Annette was talking about, that we missed being there when they ended up. That being there and seeing all the names of the founders in the bricks and seeing that monument, that was, I don't know, it was just again a feeling that I can't explain. It was pretty awesome to be there, and we met some awesome Sorors from Philadelphia, and it was just a good experience. And some Oklahoma City sisters were there at the same time as us also. So that part was also something that stood out for me too.
And they also gave a scholarship to the founder's granddaughter, which was touching to me. I didn't realize they had grandkids alive. And she had graduated from college and she had a scholarship in her grandma's name.
Oh, wow.
Now, is her granddaughter part of Sigma Gamma Rho?
Yes.
Okay.
Grandma, yeah, she is Sigma. She had her Sigma. Yes.
She didn't probably had no choice. But
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And I know one part that Cassandra was saying. I just wanted to mention this for a quick second. Of course, I wasn't there, but I did see them doing the, I guess the what do you call it? When you pull stuff up from back in the day, what is that called? Not the capsule or something.
Oh,
Or whatever.
Time
Yeah.
capsule.
They did.
Yeah. So, but the president of Butler was speaking, and when he was talking about just what the women went through, and just when he got to that part, mentioning the KKK and all that, we hear that story all the time, but to hear it come from another person of another color. And for him, I mean, and when he spoke of it from a place to where it's like, you know, there was some some bad sisters, you know what I'm saying? And that just really touched me when he did that. I think I was at the store or something, you know, you walking on your phone or whatever, wherever I was just like, okay, I got emotional, because just to imagine being there, you know. And again, I say we hear this story all the time, but for someone else that's outside of our circle speaking on it and speaking, you know, so deep into it, it was just like, oh my gosh. But anyway, okay, Catina, back to you.
All right, let's see. Our next question. I forgot to ask this question because we also talked about Shake That Monkey. Dr. Thompson, did you get out there with Too Short and Shake Your Monkey?
Hey, I had to, girl, when that music moves you, you know, when Uncle Charlie, hey, you couldn't help it, because like Sarah Morris said, I'm telling you something, people, they're walker, they're everything, you know, they really made you want to get up and move, whether you wanted to or not. And one of the nice things, we all threw our shoes. Nobody wore any fancy shoe. People wearing tennis shoes, sandals, because you had distance to walk. So we were comfortable. So there was no fancy shoes you're going to see in the pictures, because it was too much to walk. And so people were able to get up and dance and just have a good time. And you know, they kind of, the entertainers brought us into it, because they give us roles, you know, to do and get up and shake. And they did the 1, 2, 3, 4 step with some of the songs, you know, with Sigma. So it was, you had to move. But one of the things I wanted to share, and sorry, Alumnae, what I found, I was on the plane, and the moment you enter the plane and you saw your sisters, everybody gravitated toward you. And the first person I met was a Caucasian soror, and she just came and gave me the biggest hug. She was coming from Arkansas. Well, the fact that she came and hugged me and said, "Hi, soror," everybody on the plane looked at her and said, "Where do you know her from?" And I said, "We are sorority sisters." And she said, "It doesn't matter where we're from, we're sisters." So we had a chance to tell people what we were, because they never see people just hugging and embracing like we knew each other, you know, forever. So it's like they wanted to know how she knew us. So
but
we had a good time.
That's a Sigma. That's something about Sigma women. No matter where you are or whoever you meet, I mean, you're gonna be met with that type of love. So
yes, well, that's the oath we take. We're sisters to the end.
Oh, yes. And in the chat that, yes, we are going to hug. And that has always been my experience. For the last part was like, what do you feel like is Sigma's greatest impact? Because not only have people seen us via social media from Centennial Boule, but what do you think is going to be the future of Sigma? And by the way, we only got like a minute, so make it like a little blip.
Go ahead, Dr. Thompson.
Okay, I think one of the big impact what Sigma did there, they provided a lot of scholarships while we were there, you know, like to St. Jude's, to some of the local clubs. For instance, the lady, when Ambrose, there's a lady who did the violin, and she started a thing in New York called Little Music for Little Hearts. They donated $12,000 to her to bring in kids off the street to enjoy music, because what she finds, she said, music pulls us all together. It didn't matter where you're from. And so what Sigma showed, we're not just about entertainment, we're about scholarship, community, and education. So that was there. And when we gave out a lot.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. Anybody else want to give a little short vision for Sigma in the future?
I just think it showed the world who we are.
Amen.
You know, we might not be quantity, but we are quality.
Thank you to our Sorors who took the time to share their Centennial Boule experiences with us on Poodle Pause. It definitely has me inspired to be there for the next Boule. A couple of announcements. The Alpha Psi Sigma chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated will be hosting a Royal Bowl at the Andy B's Bowling Alley on Saturday, July 30th at 10 a.m. Registration for this event is $150 per team of 6. Registration ends on July 24th. The grand prize for this event is $500, and all of the proceeds will go to the Anita Hairston Scholarship Fund. If you need more information about this event, you can contact us on all of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just type in Alpha Psi Sigma. That's Alpha Xi Sigma. Or you can contact us via our website at SGRho.com. Thank you for listening, and we hope to hear you and see you on the next one.